What's happening, everybody? Thanks for tuning into the Crash Bang Boom podcast. I got a guest on today I've been wanting to talk to since I heard the first Velveteen record, Come Laude, or Come Loud, or Come Load. I can think of a few ways to say that. I'm going to leave that up to you as to which one you prefer. That drummer would be Casey Deitz. And Casey's one of my favorites when it comes to backbeat dropping, beat flipping, spazzy yet groovy power punk playing. Is that enough adjectives for you? We caught up to talk about our mutual love for 90s rock, including Chavez, Polvo, and Shiner, and how those influences stand the test of time. We also get into the writing process of the Velveteen and Casey's personal approach to writing a drum part. Lastly, we touch on touring, his love for Japan, and a Velveteen gig that devolved into a full-on fist fight. Casey also talks about his other projects and plans for the rest of 2017. And before we delve into the episode, one thing that I do want to mention is that as a fan of Fugazi and someone who saw that band many times growing up, one of the first things that I thought of actually when I saw the Velveteen, I felt as though I was witnessing some sort of lineage to Fugazi, maybe with a touch of Hella and Square Pusher and some other sort of esoteric sort of noise, synth, something rock. But which it's ultimately their own, something that they have the stamp on, something that they do, and no one else does it as well as they do it. So somewhere between the melodic but a little off-kilter vocals, coupled with 90s noise guitars, and Casey's frenetic but grooving drumming, and of course bizarre synth lines and soundscapes, the Velveteen really have their own thing going on. And they're a killer band, and one that I always look forward to when it comes to either seeing them live or whatever it is that they're putting out. So it was definitely cool talking to Casey, being a fan of that band. So here we go. Get up on it. Without further ado, Crash Bang Boom. I'm here with Casey Deitz. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. It's really hot, and I just went on a bike ride, and yeah, it's really, really hot out there. But
You're in LA right now?
yeah, I'm in West Covina right now.
Did you you recently moved out there, huh?
Yeah, my boyfriend has a house here, and so I moved down a couple months ago. I think late April. So
Okay.
yeah, it's been awesome. It's been really great.
Really? How do you like it thus far?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's definitely good and bad things about like LA, but yeah, I like, for the most part, it's been really great. There's like super different and lots of really good food. And yeah, living with my boyfriend is great too. I mean, that's just like the best thing.
What did you grow? You grew up around Santa Rosa, or where did you grow up?
Chico, California. It's like a little college town up kind of an hour and a half north of Sacramento. Played in a few bands there, and then yeah, moved to Santa Rosa in I think 2007.
Okay.
And then yeah, I was there for 10 years.
Is that where when you were doing the Velveteen, where you were living in the Santa Rosa area? Or the Chico area, I guess.
Yeah, when I first joined, I was still living in Chico and just like commuting. It was like a 3-hour drive, and I would.
Where was Velveteen based out of? L.A.
Santa Rosa and like Petaluma area. Yeah, like Sonoma County. So we would practice in.
Oh, nice! It's beautiful there.
Yeah. And our practice space that we used to play at, it was like Josh's mom's like backyard, had a little shed. It's like, and there's like rolling hills and. Yeah, it was really pretty.
How'd you end up joining the Velvet Team? Because you joined a full force, I guess, on the Come Loud record.
Yeah, that was actually the first thing I played on was a song on the bonus. It's like a bonus track on the Elysium LP called.
Okay.
And that was like my first song that I recorded with them. And then Come Loud was the first full length.
That's cool, man. There's some fucking pretty crazy drumming. I just revisited that record. That was the first record that I heard of that band, and with you drumming on it. And there's a crazy song. I could be fucking up the title, but is it How to Build a Whale or something like that?
Building a Whale, yeah.
What was the origin of that, man? Did that start with just some crazy drum stuff that you were doing, or was that a reaction to a song that was brought in?
That started out. I think Judah first wrote that synth line, like the main synth line that goes throughout, and then I was just trying to match that. It just kind of, the beat just kind of came out of nowhere, and I know like Judah wanted to do some more IDM, like Square Pusher, Aphex Twin stuff. Like we were getting pretty into that, and
yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to do something with that kind of vibe, but with just like a real drum set. So I was just trying to play the craziest shit that I could, and most of that album is just like improv, and we wrote it so fast. It was like I was just kind of winging it like most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
When it came to duplicating that live, did you just keep the improvisational spirit in that performance, or did you try to replicate what you did on the record? Or
I think it was like I kind of, after playing it so long, I kind of got the feel and the pattern of and like the vibe of how I wanted to play the song. I think the recording version, it was like all like nervous energy, and then just kind of after the fact, I can like, oh, this is how this song should be played or whatever, and kind of got more into like the groove of it. And but still, I always have like improvisational parts and parts where I just like kind of fuck off and have fun, do whatever.
Who else, influence-wise, you mentioned Square Pusher, man. I don't know if you had a chance to see Adam Betts playing with Showbiz Leader 1, Square Pusher's live band. Have you seen that yet?
I've only seen video of it. Yeah, that shit's fucking awesome. Yeah, I would love to see them live.
Man, yeah, dude, if they come through, definitely go check them out. I just saw them about a week ago or so. And it was, man, Adam is just killing it. And I saw Three Trap Tigers, his other band, playing live like a couple of weeks prior to that, and that was totally badass. So I got to see him on a couple of different gigs, and my God, man, yeah, if they come through, go check that shit out.
Yeah, all the stuff I've seen has been amazing, but yeah, I'm sure they'll come through sometime.
Oh yeah, I hope so, man. Zach Hill, did you ever get much into Zach Hill? I just interviewed a guy, and we started talking a little bit about him and his playing. I was wondering if you were influenced at all by him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Big Death Grips fan, big Hella fan when they first came out. I saw them in a basement in Davis, and it was like unmatchable. The guy is a fucking wizard, just untouchable. Yeah, I knew it was just like no one else could do that. Yeah, it's always just like it's such an amazing experience, like seeing him perform. He played in I think in Sebastopol when I was living in Santa Rosa. It was just him and the other guy from Death Grips, Flatlander. It's like the producer guy. It was just them making like just going full throttle like for half an hour. Just Zach Hill. It was like yeah, it was mind-blowing noise improv stuff, but he was just like he didn't take a break for like the whole time. It was just like half an hour. So I
don't know how he can play like that.
Yeah, it was
I mean, he's a fucking tornado. That's kind of how I did. It was just a tornado of chops and crazy rudiments. And like, I was talking to a guy I interviewed yesterday. His form, like how he literally, at the time, at least when I saw him with Hella, he was kind of hunched over, and I was just like, I wonder, is he gonna die? Like, is he gonna get through this performance? It was just insane.
Oh yeah,
my God.
It's definitely like pushing the like human potential. He's like an athlete. He should be in the Olympics.
There's definitely
something.
some serious athleticism.
Yeah.
Involved in that.
Yeah.
Growing up, man, when did you first start playing drums?
95, I think. I was probably about like 12. I got my first drum set. It was like a red pearl export, and which I don't have anymore, unfortunately.
Oh.
And just before that, I would go in a music store, like the music store in town, and just kind of sit and play with my fingers and everything. I think the first song I learned was like Nirvana Dive.
Oh, cool.
That was my song that I would play all the time. And before that, my mom had these big aluminum cat kibble containers that I kind of like flipped over and like would play on those. And that was like kind of my first drum set.
I mean, did once that they saw some potential in you and you decided I want to get a drum set, and they were cool with that, and did you have it set up in the house, just banging and blasting them out the house?
I really wanted to rent a snare one time, maybe like 8 or 9 or something like that. I wanted to rent a snare drum really bad, and she was like really against it, but finally she just kind of gave in, and we rented it for like a couple of days or something, and I think I got like quickly bored with it. But I was like, I want like a full drum set now. This is just a snare.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like saved up all the money and that I had, and for like weeks and weeks, and bought this drum set from this guy that I eventually like took lessons from. But she was my parents are really supportive with the drumming and the music and everything. They made me take piano lessons, and I took sax lessons, and I know they wanted to have music in me and my sister's life like early on, so which was really cool.
What does your sister play?
She played the piano too, and she did a lot of singing and like theater stuff, and she still does like some singing stuff. She was in the Golden Overtones, which is like the UC Berkeley kind of like a cappella group for a while.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and my parents don't really have any musical history. They are just fans.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really remember any of the lessons, like piano stuff, muscle memory stuff, I guess.
What kind of stuff was being played in the house with your parents?
My dad played a lot of like Zeppelin, Hendrix, and some other blues stuff. A lot of like reggae and jazz. We definitely listened to like Kind of Blue, like at least like once or twice a week or so.
When you first started, once you got your kit and you were saying that you were playing along with Nirvana records and stuff, is there any other records that in those formative years that you can look back on and think to yourself, wow, I think that was probably super influential, even maybe to this day, like some lasting influential stuff from the early years of your playing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely watching Nirvana on MTV and seeing the Live and Loud performance. I think it was New Year's Eve, 1993 or 4.
Yeah.
I watched the shit out of that. I taped that when it happened, and I would just watch that all the time. And so I think from that, it kind of grew into this obsession of filming. Like in Chico, we were fortunate to have like a pretty good music scene. These great indie bands would come through, and the bands that I was in would get to open for them, and I'd just like film the whole thing and just like kind of watch those over and over and kind of study it. And
you were making your own instructional videos.
Yeah, self-taught that way, I guess.
Really? So you didn't do much in the way of like formal studying or anything necessarily with lessons?
No, not really. Just I took some lessons from the guy that I bought my first kit from. It was like 3 months or so, and I answered like a lot of basic questions that I had, and I think we learned a few things from A Funky Primer, that book. It was like a drum like a drum book, and he kind of like helped me how to read music.
Do you still read to this day?
No, I haven't read it. Actually, a friend recommended a book for me, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that, but I want to start again. You know, it's just I got some time to. I'd like to learn some of that stuff again.
Going back to the Velveteen, I know you've done. I guess y'all did the No Star EP, and then you put out All Is Illusory.
Yeah.
Are you still doing the Velveteen?
Yes. We're playing a show in September. We're going back to Japan in September too, doing a tour there, and that's
very cool.
Yeah, that's all we got planned. And I mean, I'm going to go up next week and for like the weekend, and we're just gonna have like a marathon kind of like writing session. Probably record some stuff.
We touched a little bit on it. Talking about that song in particular, I guess, but the writing process of that band is, does any one member bring in kind of fully written songs, or is it far more collaborative?
Yeah, Judah will bring in pretty much like a whole song, like a demo of it usually, and we'll just kind of like start working off of that, and then just start like nitpicking and kind of dissecting and pulling it apart and stuff. And my writing process for my drums is like I need to be recording everything. I do a lot of demoing, and it's hard for me to like not want to just like play a bunch of things. Like just I need to just like play what I want to play. It's hard to describe.
I mean, for me, I know that like I record everything as well, just because I don't really. It's so hard as well, especially when you're just improvising. To have a sense of really what's going on, so to then be able to have that objective moment where you could sit down and listen back to what you did and then kind of pick through it.
Yeah.
To be like, that's cool. That almost was a fuck up. Maybe I can turn that fuck up into a part or something like that. That's kind of the way I roll.
Yeah,
is
totally.
That similar kind of to what you do?
Yeah, definitely.
With the Velveteen, where are they based out of now? Are they in LA?
They're still in Santa Rosa area, Petaluma area.
What is your commute LA to Santa Rosa?
That driving is about I think it's about 6 hours.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I'll be flying this time. That's a pretty short flight.
Nice.
Yeah, I think this will work better just having like a block of time just to knock out a ton of stuff. I'm hoping.
Right. I hear you. I'm looking forward to it. I really like that last record. I saw y'all at the Knitting Factory when y'all played in Brooklyn, man. The show was great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you had a pretty funny T-shirt for that tour. I'm sure you remember it. It did the back said Casey Deitz is the best drummer in the world or something like that. Whose idea was that?
It was our friend who went on tour with us a few years ago. She was doing merch, and I guess all these people were kind of saying that to her, just like, oh, Casey Deitz is the best fucking drummer ever or whatever. And she was like, well, you guys should make a shirt with just that on it. So I was like... So it's a total joke. I don't really think I'm the best drummer ever, but also kind of do. I don't know. Everyone kind of thinks that or something. I don't know. It's tongue in cheek.
You did a tour recently. I saw via social media with a project that you had going on. What was the deal with that?
Oh, the Americas?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's me and my old buddy from Chico. It's just a 2-piece, just a lot of like guitar looping and layering, and there's definitely vocals too. We put out it's like a 2 CD thing that we haven't released online yet, and we did a little tour like West Coast, and we went to Salt Lake too, and with our friends Team Skins. And super fun tour, very efficient. I was kind of like the band daddy for that. Just like I did all the driving, and I did, I was like watching the clock all the time, make sure everyone gets up. It was like Team Skin's first tour, so I was kind of worried these rookies are gonna like fuck my whole plan up or whatever. But it was great. They're fucking super awesome and really great dudes. Yeah, there's we have a Bandcamp and Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely out there. Yeah, the online store will be up soon, so people can buy that CD if they wish.
tell me something. You mentioned going to Japan again. What is your experience? Do you have any bizarre experiences in Japan? Japan seems like such an interesting place, and I've yet to go. I hope one of these days to witness it firsthand.
Oh yeah, you totally should. It's my favorite place on earth.
Is it really?
Yeah, I love it so much. Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Really? What do you love so much about it?
Like the food, the atmosphere. It's clean. People are polite, and I mean, especially nowadays, like compared to America, it's just like fantasy world. It's like such an escape. I don't know. I wish I could live there, but it seems impossible. But I'm always trying to find a way to just like, how can I live in Japan? But it's just like, I guess I'm just happy there. I'll be totally happy if I go once every few years or something.
How are the shows? How is it playing there? How are y'all received? I guess good enough to go back.
Yeah, it's great. It's been great every single time. The audiences are like really respectful and attentive, and they get into it too, and they just love it. I love it. Yeah, the big music fans, and you can tell.
What else do you have going on in 2017? Any particular gigs outside of the Japan run, and I guess maybe just trying to write a new record with Velveteen?
Yeah, new Velveteen stuff. I'm starting to record. Like, I have a bunch of songs that I wrote on guitar, and I'm starting to get that ball rolling, and which I'm really excited about.
What kind of stuff is it?
It's like
how would you describe the guitar stuff you've been doing?
Like kind of like Polvo, Chavez.
Oh, cool.
Loma Prieta.
You mentioned Polvo, Chavez. I take it you're a fan of 90s rock?
Oh, yeah. That's definitely my shit.
I saw Chavez. Chavez did a reunion tour quite some time ago. Did you happen to see that by any chance?
I saw them, I think, on the first West Coast like reunion tour they did. But yeah, they're one of my like top 5 bands.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, James Lowe, he's definitely a big influence.
Chavez is killer. Did you get much another band that did some reunion shows? Shiner. Did you ever get much into those guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Jason Gherkin. There's some killer drumming on those fucking Shiner records.
Yeah, the Egg for sure. Like that was the record that I latched onto. I think he did Starless.
He's on Starless and
the Egg.
And the Egg. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them in
he's a fucking
in San Francisco, and he was like chatting me up right before the show, and I didn't know like who he was. He was just like this friendly guy. It's like, oh yeah, you're one of my favorite drummers ever. Yeah, he was super chill. They were fucking awesome. So killer.
Yeah, they were.
That was a great show.
Absolutely. I'm interested to hear your some of this solo stuff, knowing that you and I like a lot of the same kind of 90s bands.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I'll have to send you that when I'm done with that for sure.
I hear that influence, I guess, in the Velveteen as well. There's still like some kind of 90s guitar style stuff. Is there that influence maybe even unconsciously with that band?
Oh yeah, I think so. It's just inescapable to all of us. It's gonna be there forever, no matter how hard we try to like cover it up with synths or whatever.
Right.
It's always gonna have that core, I think. Being attached to that music in our formative years, you can't ever escape it. So that's my favorite kind of shit. But even though I love all kinds of new electronic stuff, I still come back to that.
I sometimes ask people about nightmare gigs. That was one. Did you have any one show in particular that was just like a fucking train wreck?
Yeah, a few of them. For some reason, there's been like a few shows where I personally have started drama with the people at the show.
Like the people in attendance or the people in your band?
Well, in Delaware, we played this show and it just felt fucking haunted. Like right when we pulled up, I think it was Mojo 13 was the name of the venue.
Huh.
Everywhere we went, it was just like really creepy, weird sounds. And then we played with this band who was just like the front man was just really drunk and being a jackass, and so I was egging him on a little bit, like standing in front of him as he was playing, and then I just like said a bunch of bullshit on the mic, and we ended up having like a full fucking band fight like with them and like Velveteen like mid song, It was ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
During their set, y'all had a full on fucking fight.
No, during our set, I like said some shit on the mic, and
shit.
then they like were like rushed the stage. Yeah, it was that bad.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Velveteen in a fucking fist fight with with another band. It was not a cool chill moment in my life, but
It wasn't, but I tell you what, it's one hell of a story.
yeah, I'm glad that there's that. Yeah. All the other shows have been great.
Well, Casey, thanks for talking to me, man. I'm gonna go drink some beer. I'm still hungover from last night, so I gotta get the hair of the dog in me. I'm fucking feeling crazy.
Right on. Enjoy that.
All right, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to Casey for hanging and talking. Look for the Velveteen later this year, and if there are any listeners in Japan, go see them if you haven't already. They're fucking killer. So we'll catch y'all on the next one. Crash, bang, boom!